1. Quick one-line summary. Human hair का color mainly melanin से आता है. Do main types, eumelanin, black brown, और pheomelanin, red yellow. बाकी जो भी color differences होते हैं, वो melanosome, pigment granule, की size, number, distribution, chemical structure, oxidation state और hair shaft के physical structure light scattering से बनती है. 2. कौन से pigments होते हैं, priority order. Eumelanin, सबसे major dark pigment, black-brown range. Pheomelanin, red-yellow pigment, red hair mane. Trace minor contributions. Porphyrins, कभी-कभी bacterial origin या metabolic, red-orange fluorescence under UV. Exogenous pigments, environmental stains, hair dye residues. Carotenoids plant pigments, human hair में बहुत कम, mostly animals में visible. Is equal to, conclusion, practical purpose के लिए hair color is equal to eumelanin plus pheomelanin ratio and melanosome properties. 3. Melanin का chemical nature, थोड़ा technical but simple. Eumelanin, polymeric pigment, mainly made from oxidation of dopa-dihydrate monomers polymer. Structure में conjugated aromatic rings, broadband light absorber दिखता black-brown. Eumelanin relatively photostable. Pheomelanin, ban में cysteine, sulfur, adhojata benzothiazine type units, sulfur containing. Is वजह से रंग red yellow oil chemical reactivity ज़्यादा photolabile, UV में degrade होता है, और pro-oxidant behavior दिखा सकता है. Synthesis switch, tyrosine dopa-dopaquinone. Agar cysteine present pheomelanin pathway, agar nahi eumelanin. MC1R receptor के signaling से cell decide करता काटी है, genetic control. 4. Melanosome, pigment granule, shape, size, क्यों matter करता है. Melanosome is equal to microscopic organelle जिसमें melanin store होता. Shape size. Eumelanosomes, usually larger and elongate, ellipsoidal, stacked, rod-like. Pheomelanosomes, generally smaller and more spherical. Cure important. Size or number से overall pigment density बनता, ज़्यादा or bade melanosomes darker hair, छोटे few melanosomes lighter hair, blonde. Distribution, poor cortex में uniformly versus peripheral, भी visual color बदल देता है. Approx idea. Eumelanosomes typically noticeably larger than pheomelanosomes, so size difference is a major reason for dark versus light look. 5. Caste size number distribution hair color decide karti hai, stepwise. Number, cortex में ज़्यादा melanosomes is equal to ज़्यादा pigment darker shade. Size, Beta melanosomes ek high granule में ज़्यादा melanin contain काटी darker effective absorption. Type Eumelanin ज़्यादा absorb करता across visible spectrum dark brown black. Pheomelanin absorbs differently red yellow hues. Distribution अगर melanosomes cortex के center में हो या periphery में हो, light scattering different होता है perceived hue change. Aggregation aggregated melanosomes, clumping, scatter less and look more intense darker. 6. कौन सबसे ज़्यादा strong pigment है? Strength का मतलब Strength is equal to visible light absorption plus photostability plus tinting power. Eumelanin is equal to strongest overall darkening power, black-brown, photostable, absorbs broadly, इसलिए small amount भी dark दिखता है. Pheomelanin is equal to weaker as absorber, reddish yellowish tone, but run बहुत distinct, photolabile, UV से degrade होता, or chemical reactions में ज़्यादा active, damage generate कर सकता है. Is equal to, इसलिए black brown है छोटा change से भी ज़्यादा dark दिखेगा. Red blonde shades को preserve करना मुश्किल, fade, क्योंकि pheomelanin कम stable है. 7. Ethnic differences, melanosome patterns. Asian hair, mostly high eumelanin, melanosomes large and abundant very dark, uniform black-brown. African hair, V high eumelanin, melanosomes large and often aggregated into big clumps very dark but hair shape texture V different. Caucasian, European, hair, most variable, mixes of eumelanin and pheomelanin, blonde is equal to low melanin, small melanosomes, red is equal to high pheomelanin, brown is equal to moderate eumelanin. Is equal to, genetics, MC1R, OCA2, SLC24A5 etc. Control melanin type and melanosome biogenesis. 8. Why किसी hair का color अलग light में अलग दिखता है? Pigment absorption versus light scattering दोनों milk final color dit है. Daylight, full spectrum, shows true pigment absorption. Indoors, warm bulbs, emphasize red-yellow, pheomelanin, redder look. Hair surface, cuticle condition, affects specular reflection, shine, healthy smooth cuticle more shine, apparent darker denser. Damaged cuticle diffuse scattering duller, lighter appearance. 9. Photodegradation and chemical reactivity, important. Pheomelanin UVP जल्दी degrade होता और free radicals बना सकता है, pro-oxidant. इसलिए red blonde hair can show faster color change under sun. Eumelanin comparatively stable and even acts as radical sink, protective. Bleaching, oxidizes melanin, breaks conjugated systems, decolorizes, Pheomelanin and small melanosomes bleach faster. Eumelanin needs stronger oxidant but is also damaged. Bleaching also damages keratin porosity, increases future color uptake changes. 10. Gray-white hair. What exactly changes? Graying is equal to reduction or absence of melanin in new hair shaft. Reasons: melanocyte stem cells in bulb get depleted or melanocytes in bulb lose function. Oxidative stress accumulates in follicle, HO buildup, inhibits tyrosinase, enzyme for melanin, and bleaches melanin during synthesis. Result: new shaft has little no melanin, appears white, light scattering by keratin air. The shaft is not transparent, it's just unpigmented and reflects scatters light. 11. Hair dye interaction with pigments. Basic chemistry. Permanent oxidative dyes. First alkaline agent, ammonia or MEA, opens cuticle peroxide, bleaches natural melanin, partially dye precursors, PPD, etc. Oxidize and polymerase inside cortex, form new pigment molecules trapped inside. Final shade depends on how much natural melanin was removed and the oxidative dye chemistry. Semi-permanent direct dyes deposit color mainly on cuticle or outer cortex, don't require strain bleaching. Important: natural melanin, especially eumelanin, can mask artificial color unless sufficiently bleached. 12. Measurement and analysis. KAIST scientists quantify hair pigment. Electron microscopy, TEM-SEM, melanosome size, number, shape. Chemical extraction and spectrophotometry, quantify eumelanin versus pheomelanin, after specific chemical degradation to markers. Reflectance colorimetry, CLAB, asterisk, quantify perceived color numerically. Fluorescence Woods lamp, detect porphyrins or degraded pigment. 13. Tiny but crucial details, छोटे-छोटे facts जो अक्सर miss होते हैं. Same amount of melanin but different polymer structure, different optical properties. Degree of polymerization, cross-linking matter. Sulfur in pheomelanin is equal to chemical reactivity, thiol chemistry, affects dyeing and oxidative damage. Melanosome placement. If melanosomes are clustered near cuticle, hair can appear glossier, darker. Aging hormones can change melanin production, puberty darkening, menopause age graying. Diet minerals, Cu, Fe, Zn, affect melanogenesis enzymes. Copper is cofactor for tyrosinase. Deficiencies can alter pigmentation. Porphyrin presence, microbial, can give unusual tints, greenish, red fluorescence, rare but known in pools or infected scalps. 14. FAQs, जो आप शायद पूछेंगे, Short answers. Q. Why red hair so rare? MC1R variants needed. Pheomelanin production higher due to genetic switch, relatively less common globally. Q. Why blonde hair gets brassy, yellow-orange? UV plus oxidation degrade eumelanin minor pigments and expose warm tones, pheomelanin or damaged products. Q. Which fades fastest? Red, blonde, black. Red and blonde generally fade faster. Pheomelanin plus small melanosomes plus porosity. Black, high eumelanin, holds darker longer. Q. Can bleaching turn hair permanently weaker? Yes. Bleaching oxidizes melanin and damages cortex proteins, increased porosity and breakage. Q. Why dyed hair looks different on different people for same dye? Because baseline melanin quantity type, melanosome size, and hair porosity differ, dye interacts differently. 15. Practical implications for salon chemistry. Short. To go very light, platinum, you must bleach out natural melanin. Repeat bleaching damages hair. Red shades require careful handling because pheomelanin can react unpredictably and fade. Depositing red is easier than keeping it. Use lower peroxide plus conditioning treatments to preserve cortex and slow pigment loss. For accurate color matching, consider baseline melanin density, hair porosity, and medullary structure. 16. Final short cheat sheet for quick memory. Hair color is equal to eumelanin amount times melanosome size packing plus pheomelanin amount times sulfur chemistry plus physical scattering. Eumelanin is equal to dark, strong, stable. Pheomelanin is equal to red-yellow, weaker absorber, photolabile, sulfurous. Melanosome size number distribution controlled shade intensity. Graying is equal to loss of melanocyte function plus oxidative stress.